What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk. If you guys are in our Discord, you already saw that I said that this is going to be a fun one because it really is. We haven't done something like this in quite some time. And honestly, I really don't think we've done anything like this since we first started the podcast. So I think it's a lot of fun. It's something a little outside the box because right now we are in the desert time of the NFL, right? I know the draft is right around the corner. And if y'all don't know, which I don't know how y'all don't know, because we talk about this relentlessly, is just NSP is going to the draft. How crazy is that? Big shout out to our guy Nestor, Zombie K98. Thank you so much for being here, my man. My man. I'm just so excited about this episode because I thought about this last week because y'all mentioned something. And I was like, that would be a good episode. I think that would be very fun, very engaging. Unfortunately, I can't be involved in it because I'm the one that's hosting and y'all are going to be the participants. So if you guys are in the comment section, we're going to play a little game, okay? We're going to play a little game. You have to pick out the imposter, okay? So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to present my screen here just so you guys can get a real feel of what I am doing. And, oh, man, like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Here we go. Boom. Oh, wrong one.
What is?
Here we go.
What is this guy?
This is the NSP's name game. Okay. Pick correct or die. This is how we play games here in the NFL. We've all seen crazy names going in the NFL, right? But right now in this draft, since we're keeping it draft related, I'm picking a lot of players who could enter the draft with such a weird name. And I've also paired them up with 3 other names. And you guys have to tell me which one is the real draft candidate. Okay.
Oh my God.
So this should be a lot of fun.
Reed has to announce every single name.
Yes, 100%. Whatever name you choose, you have to announce it. And I don't have anything on me. Maybe I'll keep score somehow, some way. But this should be fun. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. You guys have any questions before we start?
I feel targeted right now.
Okay, here's name game. Like I said, if you guys are in the comment section, feel free to join us. Yes, it is me. And let's just have fun together. So first one. Did it not change for y'all? Oh, there it is.
We got hands.
Okay.
Off.
A is hands off. B is General Booty. C is Zeddy Little. And D is Crisket Nix. So I started off the round easy. So this is round number 1. Reed, you are now on the clock. And there's no cheating. Do not cheat. Do not look up
these comments are helping names.
Me. Blurpy says B.
How did he know?
What's y'all's answer here?
I'm going General Booty.
General Booty. Reed?
Oh, this is somebody that's in the.
This is an actual person, Reed.
It's an actual. These are real names.
Real names. Really trying to go and get drafted this year and join a team next year.
I feel like I'm getting punked right now.
These are people who have dreams, Reed. People who have dreams.
I guess I'll go B. Never heard of this guy.
Looks like everyone is going with B here. I'm going to look back at the comments. It says, are you smarter than a 5th grader? It honestly should be called this because this is just so absurd. But General Booty Cheeks is him. He is the guy who's entering the draft. And honestly, this was the easiest one because I feel like a lot of people do know about General Booty out here. I do believe he's
a kicker, right?
He is the kicker. He is the quarterback for the Oklahoma Sooners. So there you go. Up next, are y'all ready? I hope y'all like that one. I'm going to take off my other window here. I'm getting confused. We need Jeff Foxworthy. Oh, trust me, there's going to be a lot of great names on here, so don't you worry.
Okay.
Up next, we have A, Dick Long, B. Mike Latoris, C. Pig Cage, or D. Mo Lester?
Okay, I just have to say this right now. How dare you always get mad at me for always saying Michael Penis, all right? How dare you after what you have done so far?
I just think that's so dirty. I think that's a lot dirtier than saying Dick because that's a common first name.
It is.
It's a common first name. Dick Grayson,
We have a
Robin,
friend named Mo.
Mo. We have a friend named Mo. So okay, you're first, Reed. Come on. Who do you got?
I have no idea.
I promise you.
I'm gonna go with Dick Long.
Okay, Vince, who you got?
I'm going with C. Pig Cage.
There's no way.
And the answer is C. Pig Cage. Pig Cage is actually the cornerback for UTSA. Come on, Reed. You got to know this stuff, man.
How am I supposed to know this?
So right now, Vince is at 2 points. Reed, you are at 1. You're behind. You got to get over here. They call me A. You are wild. By the way, super happy to see you here. We don't always get to see you in every single podcast, but glad you're here. And hopefully you do join us for our next year's fantasy football in one of our leagues or just join in our videos. So up next, hopefully you guys are liking this so far. Like I said, I only did 15 because I didn't know how long this would take, but this could be kind of a shorter video, I guess. But up next, we have A. Dakotas Crawford, B. Lord Brain, C. A little bit of Jack Daniels, which is George Strait's favorite drink, or D. Jackie Moon. Who we got?
I would like to say that I love that Reed goes first. I feel like I've heard a lot of these names before.
This is targeted then. That's
Yes, it is. Remember, if it helps you out, Reed, you're more than welcome to say these names out loud for us to hear.
So out of these 4, I think it's going to be Dakotas Crawford.
Okay.
Okay. But Reed, have you ever heard of Mr. Jack Daniels and Jackie Moon? Ever in your life?
I know what Jack Daniels is, and I know what Jackie Moon is.
Oh, who's Jackie Moon?
He's it's in the I forget the team he plays for, but it's Will Ferrell's movie.
The Tropics, dude. The Tropics.
Yeah. I thought it was like the Dolphins or something like that.
One of my favorite movies. Like, honestly, love it.
It has good moments.
It's funny.
So who you got?
I am going also Dakotas Crawford. I think he's a defensive player.
I'm pretty sure I've heard this name.
Yeah.
So Dakotas Crawford is a wide receiver for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I believe this should be the last easiest one that we have on this slideshow. But Blurpy's like, you beat me by 0.3 in the semifinals this year. Yes, it was a super great game. I'm so glad I was able to do that with you, Blurpy. Unfortunately, fortunate for me, right? Came out on top. But don't worry, your loss did not go in vain. I ended up winning that league. Coffee Black, the GOATs. Heck yeah, this guy knows semi-pro. Like I said, one of my favorite movies of all time. Up next, let's go ahead and Alien, B. Ben Dover, C. Booby Curry, or D. Chop Rice. Who you got, Reed?
I feel like Chop Rice is very racist. There's no way someone has bent over, so I'm between A or C. I think I'm gonna go Booby Curry.
All right, Vince.
Curry. I feel like I've always heard the name Ben Dover, like in all those funny comedy skits where they're saying their name is something. But I also feel like it could be that one. So I'm going to go with that one. I feel like it was like an impractical joke that some parents played on their kid a long time ago, and he ended up being a football player. So I'm going to go with B. I don't think I'm right here, though.
Well, Reed, you just tied it back up. It is
go.
C. Booby Curry. He is actually the wide receiver for the Buffalo Bulls. If you guys don't follow the Buffalo Bulls, they have a great football program. I love watching those type of schools. But yeah, Booby Curry is a real person. I believe this one might be the last easiest one. But now you guys are tied up at 3 apiece. Let's go
Okay.
ahead and move it along. Here we go. A, Dick Pole. B, Shittasilla. C, Milton Bradley. Or D, God Shamgod. Now, yeah, this is where it starts getting tough.
It definitely feels like one of them is an actual real name.
The last one. Come on, Reed. You're on the
I
clock.
feel like it might be C just because you try and throw us off on one. I kind of want to go B here. I don't think it's D. I'm gonna rule out A. I'm gonna go B. Shittasilla.
All right, you go B. Vince, who you got?
I think I'm going B too. For some reason, I feel like I've heard this. If it's not B, I definitely think it's D. But
There's no way
that's way too crazy if it's D. So
And
B.
here I am thinking I did a good job. Yes, it is B. Shittasilla. I was
There you
like,
go.
there's no way they're getting this one, but he's a defensive end for the Boston College Eagles. That's probably why you heard of it, Vince, because Vince does follow Boston College just a little bit. But just a little bit of a fun fact here. These are all real names from professional athletes and former professional athletes.
Yeah.
All of them. So just an FYI on this one. But good job, you guys. Now you guys are still tied at 4 apiece. I want to see if someone's going to come out on top or not. But let's go ahead and move it along with A, Longar. B, Dick
No way.
Trickle. C, Andy Freeze. Andy Freeze. Or D, Hot Rod Fittin'.
Vincent, what are you thinking?
Dude.
Yeah. The hot rod one is funny. It reminds me of that. I can't remember the movie, but it's another comedy movie. Andy Freeze, I feel like is just again another name that's supposed to throw us off. And then unless they're trying to rhyme with antifreeze, but I don't know. Dick Trickle is probably going to be my answer, but I don't know. Longar just is catching my brain cells. I don't know.
I wonder if the comment section is like thinking too, like
I would love to. If I was coming in on this show, like my first time viewing, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
But it's relevant. You know, these are all
for
players who are entering the draft.
Okay. I'm gonna go Longar for me. A.
Okay.
I'm gonna go B. I'm gonna go Dick Trickle.
I really hope it's not B.
I have no idea.
Both y'all got it wrong.
Andy
I
Freeze?
did my job. It is
Hot
not
Rod
even Andy
Fittin'.
Freeze. It is Hot Rod Fittin'. And just a little FYI for you guys, that's his real name. These are not nicknames. These are real names that are out there. Oh my! Look, even Burpee. There's a dude in OKC Thunder, a G League team with the name Kong. That's funny, but yes, Hot Rod and Fittin', you guys are still tied at 4 apiece. Hot Rod Fittin' is a linebacker for the South Carolina Gamecocks.
Wow.
I wish I had like little slides to show the players, just so you could put a face to the name. You know, you're gonna be like, "There's no way." What? But yeah,
Ridiculous.
will you name your child a unique name? You know, how unique would it
No.
be? But let's go ahead and move it along. You guys are doing great, by the way. Honestly, you guys are doing a lot better than what I thought. Up next, we got A, Storm Duck. B, Rabbit Moranville. C, Boots Day. Or D, Wolfgang Wolf.
Oh gosh.
This is a good one. This is actually my favorite one. So I really hope you guys do get this wrong so I can feel better about myself. But Reed, you are on the
All right, I'm nowhere to like. There's no thought process here.
Yeah, there's no like this could be a name or this could be no. This is just like I don't know.
I feel like there's 3 names that have an animal in it, so I feel like it has to be an animal. So
Okay,
that
I
knocks
like
out
your thought
This guy
process.
sounds
knocks
like
out
me in high
Boots Day
school.
for me.
What
Knocks
was
out
that?
C.
You're going C?
No, I said I'm knocking out C.
Oh, okay.
So
Big E.
So
let's
Blurpy
see.
knows who he's from.
Blurpy knows. That's why I'm not putting his comments up. Like Blurpy's a
I have my
damn cheater.
I have my comments taken off.
I'm cheating all the way.
I think I'm gonna go first here. I think I'm gonna go D. Wolfgang Wolf. I feel like I've heard of some people named Wolfgang before. It's a name that a lot of people in the 1900s were like named after that. So I don't know. Maybe they just kept the Wolfgang type thing going. So I'm gonna go D, but I don't know if I'm right.
Okay,
I will
Reed.
also be going D. Wolfgang Wolf.
Well, Vince, I can't tell how accurate you are and how that name was used back in the 70s, but it stayed in the 70s because that's a real name from a professional basketball player back in the 70s.
Dang.
The answer is Storm Duck.
I hate this.
I
Does
absolutely
he play for
love-
Oregon? That'd
No,
be
he's a
hilarious.
defensive back for the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Jeez.
Yes, Storm Duck, but I guess he's not at UNC anymore. But
Wow.
that is his real name. I think that's probably the coolest name. Oh, Mr. Duck. Oh, please call me Storm. You know, it's just like what? But I love it. He's at Louisville now. Oh, look at that. So
Oh wow.
maybe Vince will see a little more of him. He does follow Louisville as well.
Possibly. Yeah, I do.
But guys, like I said, if you guys are in the comment section, we're trying to see which one is the real name of a prospect who's entering or could be entering the draft, this upcoming draft. So please play along. We're having a lot of fun here. I think we got about 8 more to go.
Okay.
He should name his son Donald Duck. That's actually was a name of a past professional player before. So
Wow.
moving along, we have A, Squirrel White, B, Yinka Dare, C, Tommy Gun, or D, Blue Moon Odom.
Wow.
I love looking at Reed's face because he's just like, what
He's like,
the
"What?"
hell? This game. But
Jeez.
I wish I was in y'all's shoes right now. I wish I had the like, are you kidding me moment. Like, I want to.
How does Blurpy know?
Blurpy is real big on college football, man.
What's up? Not so looking good.
Not so looking good. What's going
Hey.
on? We're playing a game on trying to pick who is the real prospect who may be entering the draft or who's in college right now. So we got a whole bunch of crazy names. You got to find one. No cheating, no looking it up. But if you know, you know. Big E's going with B. Big E's going with Yinka Dare, which may not be a bad one. I don't know. But read your
I'm going D. Blue Moon Odom.
Blue
Dang
Moon
it.
Odom.
That's who
Okay.
I was gonna go with. I feel like I've heard the name Odom before, but
With his
Tommy Gun
favorite
sounds
weapon
like
being a Tommy gun. Yes.
But I think I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna go Squirrel White here.
Okay. And the answer is A, Squirrel White.
Ooh.
Squirrel White is the wide receiver for the Tennessee Volunteers. And I was kind of hoping you got this little gist because, you know, when we play Magic the Gathering, it's a squirrel. You know what's going on. But Squirrel White is the name. Football is his game. Big E, you got that wrong. Not so looking good. I'm going to count that as you picking Tommy Gunn. So you got that wrong as well. Blurpy says these are too easy. It also helps. I saw an Instagram reel of all the college name teams, and these dudes were on it. Hey man, I did not look up any Instagram or TikToks. I tried, I just couldn't find one. So I did my research and looking these names up. It took a little while. But up next, who do we got? We have A, Mike Limongello, B, Fabian Assman, C, Otto, or D, Fat Watts. Oh my gosh. This was a good one. I like this one. Should I play the music? Oh wait, Vincent got that one right. Vincent is leading by 1 right now.
Yeah.
Vincent's in the lead. I saw it right before the season last year, but Storm Duck was a dog. Big E is guessing D,
Fat
and he's
Watts.
promising that it is D.
I have nothing to go off of. I'm gonna go Auto C.
Auto Addo, the Autobots. Who do you got, Vince?
I'm gonna go with Fabian Assman.
Fabian
Yeah,
Assman.
the answer is E.
The answer, both y'all got it wrong.
Dang.
The answer is D.
Fat
Big
Watts.
E guessed it correct. It is Fat Watts. He better not be cheating back there or talking with Blurpy behind the screens. But Fabian Assman was actually a real name from a former baseball player. So these are real names, you guys. These are 100% real names.
Gosh.
I know. I can't wait. If this really does kick off, I can't wait to do this again next year. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Maybe one of you guys could do it, so I could do it. But let's continue on. Up next, we have A. Shooty Babbitt, B. Major Burns, C. Roger Blah, or D. Ben Gay.
Jeez. Oh gosh. I think
I'm kind of in between B and C because they're very similar.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
Stop acting, AJ. You're a bad actor.
Biggie say Matt Gay, but I'm guessing B.
I'm gonna say Roger Blah. C.
Roger Blah.
Roger Blah.
How does
I'm-
Blurpy
I'm-
just know their position also?
And he's probably looked up that Instagram post again, or he's fresh off of seeing it, like he said. But I don't know. Something about me is going Shitty Babbitt or Major Burns.
It's Shooty, not what the
Shitty
hell?
Babbitt.
Oh, I guess you guys can't hear me. I'm a little too far from my.
No,
my
you
mic.
you cursed, right?
It sounded like you said Shitty Babbitt.
Yeah.
Shooty Babbitt.
That's what he said.
I'm gonna go Major Burns.
Alrighty. And the edge goes to Vincent. He is now leading by 2.
God.
Major Burns was the correct answer. He is the safety for them LSU Tigers. But yeah, the only fake name on here was Roger Blah.
God.
Oh my
Jeez.
gosh.
Who's
I just
Shooty
remember
Babbitt?
stuff. Kind of when I see the name, I can remember it. Plus, I love college football. It's always a good excuse. Good excuse. But up next, we have A. Urban Shocker. That seems like a cool move in the bedroom. B. Boogie Night. C. Stubby Clap. Or D. Sony 6 Killer.
Gosh.
Dang, Big E's saying that you're copying him.
Bro, I don't even know. I didn't even see his comments until.
Oh, Blurpy don't know this one though.
Uh-oh.
D for the W name.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Sony 6
I'm
Killer.
gonna lock in my answer with D. Sony 6 Killer.
Okay, so
Man.
reads with D, Sony 6 Killer.
I mean, I could totally see it being B with Boogie Night because it's based off that song. And on Boogie Nights.
I never heard that song
You never heard
before.
it?
No,
Dude, what?
never heard it.
They play it on movies too. I think just because of that, I'm gonna go with Boogie Night.
Okay, well, your guess is correct, Vincent. Boogie Night
hell?
is the correct answer. What do you mean? What the hell? Boogie Night is the wide receiver for the Louisiana Monroe Warhawks.
I'm gonna look up that song now.
Oh my gosh. Maybe we'll listen to it. But
Boogie Night soundtrack.
But Biggie, you are wrong here, sir. Blurpy, you got it right. And D, that is wrong. But yeah, W name for show. By the way, you guys, if you guys are interested in playing fantasy football this year and you're looking for a team or you're looking for a league, NSP has 3 leagues open right now. Or actually, I think we got 4. We got 4 leagues open right now. a paid league, 2 free leagues, and a what do you call those? A dynasty league. So yeah, we got all 4. So if you guys are interested, hit me up in my DMs or hit me up here in the comment section. I'll DM you through our Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord yet, go ahead and join that in the comment section down below, and we can get you set up in joining one of our fantasy football leagues for this upcoming season. It's going to be a lot of fun. But let's continue on with this game. You guys are absolutely, well, Vincent's actually killing it. Reed, you got some catching up to do. But up next, we have Thunder Justice Kick. B, World Be Free. C, Earth, Wind, More Land. Or D, Neville. Reed, you are on the clock, my friend. Who is the real player and who are the imposters?
I'm going to lock in C, Earth, Wind, Moorland.
Okay, not a bad answer.
I'm gonna have fun with it because I think I'm like 3 ahead right now, so I'm just gonna like have fun. Just send me those details, AJ. No idea I had a D. That's who I was gonna go with. I was gonna go with Neville. I just feel like someone would do their kid like that. Yeah.
P, Neville Papperman. This guy's watching, was it iCarly, right?
Yeah.
Oh
Big
yeah,
Money
I
Joe
remember
for the
that.
Fantasy Football League. I'll hit you up, Big Money. But for all of you guys, that's what
Is
you all
it
get.
Thunder?
It is a Thunder Justice Kick. But yeah, Thunder Justice. He is a linebacker for Stafford. Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone got it wrong. We have B, we have D, B, D, and then you guys choosing. Well, in Reed's defense, Earth, Wind, More Land was actually one of the more recent guys who played in the NFL. That was his name.
That's
Earth,
what
Wind,
I
More
was thinking of.
for the New York Giants, I believe.
That's why I thought it. Yep.
Dude's a superhero, not a damn football player. Hey, maybe he will be a hero out there in the field. Let's see what he can do as a linebacker. But you guys disappointed me this round. Everyone in the comment section disappointed me this round, except for Big E and Big Money Joe, because they want to join our fantasy football leagues. So thank you very much. I will add you guys to the list, and I'll go ahead and send the details later on. But just thinking about it, man, the winner for the paid league, they got a big old championship WWE style belt. It was heavy. It was so cool. It was plated. It had everything engraved. It was spectacular. You want to win that one. But up next, we have A, Fish Fisher. B, Filet-O-Fish. C, Fish McWilliams. Or D, Fair Hooker.
Okay. So there's a fish thing going along here. I'm between C and D. This one, All right,
he
he's
knows.
he's being
So he's
quiet.
gonna be quiet. Be quiet.
All right.
Everyone be quiet when they're fishing. You don't want to scare the fish away.
Then so you have to pick this one first.
Good.
Something about D is calling my name, but nobody wants a fair hooker. Nobody.
Fish with big six.
But also nobody wants a Filet-O-Fish. I think I'm gonna go. I don't know why the first one is not capitalized. I don't know if that's something. So
oops.
I think it was a mistake on AJ right there, and I'm gonna go with Fish Fisher. A.
I'm gonna go C, Fish McWilliams.
And the correct answer is Filet-O-Fish. B. It's not really.
I was like,
how
what?
cool would that be? Like Filet-O-Fish with the pick six. Oh, someone must really hate their child. But the correct answer is C, Fish McWilliams. Reed, you are still in this, my friend. If you get every single one of them correct and Vince gets them all wrong, you could tie it and we could go into overtime.
Let's go.
I don't have overtime set up, but I can if I need to.
All right, you better get ready.
Oh yeah, that's what I was shocked, dude. Absolutely shocked. Yeah, it was a hooker. Actually, that was the only name on this list that I made up. But Filet-O-Fish is a menu item at McDonald's. Not a professional player. Up next, Aju. B, I am hip. C. Captain Munnerlin, or D. Napoleon Outlaw?
It's either A or C. I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm gonna land on C. Captain Manurlin. You said
Manurlin?
McNurlin.
McNur. Where's the Mick?
Manurlin.
Yeah, that's what I said. Manurlin.
Man, I don't know. This one's hard. Something is telling me to go Napoleon Outlaw, but something is also telling me to go I Am Hip. For just some reason, I don't know. But I think I'm gonna go D here, Napoleon Outlaw. I feel like a lot of people have the name Outlaw, so I think it's either that one or it's gonna be a spectacular I Am Hip.
Reed, Vincent, you both are wrong.
Yeah,
The correct
Aju, Aju?
answer is
A.
Aju Aju.
Yeah.
Yes, but I will say that these are all also real names of former professional athletes. But Big Money did. I thought I could have. I thought I swore I beat you in the paid league. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong, but I was doing so good, and
I
then
was in
everyone
5
got
different
hurt.
leagues. I have no idea. I'll believe you.
But
don't
Big
remember
Bunny
either.
had a real good team that league. There's a couple players that killed it. But yeah, Blurpy got it right, and Big Money Joe got it correct as well. So now we're coming down towards the end. I don't know. I think this one may be the last one here,
Okay.
but don't act so sad, you guys. It's okay. A. Majestic map. B. Scientific map. C. Tim Bayakabutakuga. Or D. Tiger Shanks.
It's C. Timbaco Butakuka.
See you, dude.
Oh,
Go to
gosh.
Bang Bang Niner
Yeah.
Gang, man. Let's get it. Well, I guess I didn't.
Man, I could definitely see someone being named Majestic Map, but I could also see them being named Tiger Shanks. You know, we got Tiger Woods. Like, it's just one name away. But Tim Biaka Butuka seems very plausible for like an offensive lineman or a defensive end. So, but I think I'm gonna go with D, Tiger Shanks.
He seems racist.
Jeez.
And
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna go
correct
D.
answer is D, Tiger Shanks. Tiger Shanks was the offensive lineman for the UNLV, University of Las Vegas Running Rebels. That's Tiger Shanks. And
Jeez.
these are all real names once again. So no, C is not racist. We're trying not to be racist out here. And I think that's the end of my game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I sure did just watching y'all just go with it. But Vince, congratulations. You are the undisputed champion of NSP's first ever name game.
Name game. I like it. Next, we're gonna do high school basketball, and there's one kid in particular that everybody should know. I don't know
High
if you
school
guys,
basketball?
yeah, I think
have
he's
no
going
idea.
to college.
Why would I
this
pay
next
attention
year.
to high school basketball?
Because it was all over on
Oh,
Twitter
Rowdy
or
Beers.
X or whatever. No Rowdy Beers. I've
Never
heard of that
seen
one too. But yeah, this guy's name is spelled. His last name is spelled Knigga.
Oh, yeah. Don't
Yes.
even try, Reed. Don't even
Should I
try.
try pronouncing it?
No.
Pronounce
No.
it.
I forget what it spells.
Oh my gosh. So we did finish this quite early. So I don't know if y'all want to talk about two topics or mainly just one that, is just going on in the NFL. Really don't have a whole lot of news going on. Noah. Hey man, y'all in the comment section are free to do whatever you please. Okay, whatever you please. We may not showcase
Careful.
it, but in the comment section, you could do whatever you please in the comment section.
If Dizzle was here, you
Oh,
can't say stuff like that.
Dizzle is so, I don't know. He seems so humble and quiet here on the podcast, but in the comment section, he goes off. You know,
He's a kid who played Call of Duty and Halo back in the days. You know,
dude,
it
honestly,
was toxic.
Say it.
he's still playing Call
I
of
gotcha.
Duty
Say it. I gotcha.
after he gets into the NFL. There's gonna be there's a lot out there.
There's a lot.
Especially if Reed was a commentator, he'll be fired first day after announcing Michael Penix Jr.
Michael Penis.
Hey man, I'm looking forward to next year. Spurs get a top 3 pick. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Was it? We get a top 3?
I believe so. Mm-hmm.
I thought those were like our lowest percentage ones. I don't know. I don't know how it happened with the last win that we got.
That's
Will be
also
not
true.
enough.
Oh, dude, Wemby's freaking awesome. Just wait till he gets 5 more minutes. And this guy, I know, just 5 more minutes. Celtics are awesome. They're badass. They're just like the Niners, though, stacked team, but always fall short. But cool, Vince. I would like to talk about something really quick while the topic is still hot. We just saw big news on the wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, Devontae Smith. Right, Devontae Smith. He gets paid. What was it? He was averaging
$75 million for 3 years.
$75 million for 3 years. Now this kind of resets or reamps the whole wide receiver market, and obviously, there's the biggest wide receiver in talks right now is Brandon Ayuk. I'm not just saying that because he's a Niner. Need a win for my Warriors. The Warriors are always going to be good. It will always. But Brandon Ayuk is the biggest name so far. We could talk about T. Higgins, but he already announced that he's more than likely going to stay with the Bengals. So what do y'all think here? Blurpy's asking me if I think they trade. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I love Brandon Ayuk. I think he's far more talented as a wide receiver than Deebo Samuel. I've always been a fan of his ever since we picked him in the draft a few years back. I always called him a pterodactyl because he had long freaking arms. And but he has an attitude problem. And he has an issue coming up where he could be costing us a lot of money. And I do mean a lot. You just saw Smith get paid. And through my eyes, Brandon Ayuk is just a little bit better than Smith. The numbers are very similar, but I would rather have Ayuk than Smith in this scenario. But right now, they're saying that the Steelers are preparing for a blockbuster trade to send to the 49ers. And I wouldn't mind an early first round pick and, some extra guys. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. So I wouldn't mind if they trade him. Do I think they trade him? No, the Niners do this every single year. Just wait till after the draft and they get what they want. These players get paid. But Vince, I'm going to start off with you. How do you feel about the situation through a Seattle Seahawks fan's eyes? Where do you see this going?
I mean, I'm not too mad about it. I think the Eagles are still in the same boat if they're going to keep Devontae Smith. I do think he is one of the better wide receiver twos. I said it all this past year when we were doing fantasy. He was a good option to have this past year, the year before. I still think he's going to be a good option going into next year as well. But again, he didn't have one of the most stellar seasons. I think here it says he had 1,066 yards, which is always good when a wide receiver gets to 1,000 yards. He had 7 touchdowns. I think that Big Money was saying that his for sure is $51 million for 3 years. I was trying to look it up right now, but
so it's $51 million for 3 years extended off top of what he already had, and they picked up his 5th-year option, so they have him through 2028 currently.
Wow,
and that's crazy for a wide receiver too. That's what he is.
He is wide receiver too. You don't know how much longer AJ Brown is going to be there. And in my opinion, it's smart to lock down Devontae Smith now before the wide receiver market explodes even further than it actually already is. Lock him up now. I think he's just going to get better and better, most likely, after year and Jalen Hurts hopefully becoming a better passer, etc. I think he's going to get better. We'll see. I think it's smart to lock him up now rather than wait a couple years when the market is just astronomical. Get him cheap now. They'll be thanking themselves for this deal in further years.
I think that's like the story with everyone, right? Like, that's how I view Brock Purdy. Get Brock Purdy the freaking bag, make him the highest paid quarterback right now, because by the time his contract is actually due for like a huge extension,
Yep.
you're gonna be like, what the hell? You know? But
Yeah.
this is a good question here. Would the Philadelphia Eagles trade AJ Brown? At this moment in time, I don't think so. Right? I don't think anyone would be that interested in picking up his contract first. And plus, they just really have no reason to, right? Because you get rid of AJ Brown, you leave Smith out there alone. And a big part of Smith's success was because defenses had to deal with both him and AJ Brown. Now you focus on one wide receiver, you double team him all game. How effective will he be? Will this be Antonio Brown, Juju Smith-Schuster type of situation when once Antonio Brown was gone, Juju was really irrelevant on that team? Do we see something like that? So no, I feel like they hold on to him until the very end of his contract.
Yeah, that's. I was about to compare him to like the CeeDee Lamb type build. I feel like these guys have the same type of build, but I don't think Devontae Smith. Sorry, not Devontae Adams. Devontae Smith. I don't think he has the skill set capability like CeeDee Lamb to slide into that number one role like CD did this past 2 years. So yeah, I agree with Reed. It's smart to lock him up, especially with an extension on his rookie deal. But I just don't know about Devontae Smith being a true wide receiver one. I feel like he's always going to need someone to take away their best corner, the safety corner, duo that will usually match up against the number one wide receiver on the team. I don't think Devontae Smith attracts that type of attention. But it definitely is good for the Eagles to lock someone down for cheap, especially since the market is going to rise. I feel like every year now it's going to go at least $10 million up in the cap space. That's irrelevant with all these types of shady deals that they can do now in the league. But I just don't know. I feel like now the league is going to be a lot smarter, and they're going to try to make sure they get some good talent in the draft. And that's how a lot of these teams are going to win championships now. Not so much paying all these guys the big bucks. So I think it could be smart, but I think it still puts them in a hole.
How close are we to redoing the NFL essentially, right? Because these contracts are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and this talent coming off the college level is getting better and better and better. When does it come to a point where we start treating every position, probably not the quarterback position, but every other position, kind of like the running back position? Hey, AJ Brown, you're freaking phenomenal. You've been with us for 4 years. We just don't want to pay you. And right now we have players like a Marvin Harrison Jr. coming out who's young, fresh, and looks like he can do everything that you do. So we're just going to go ahead and move away from you and get someone on the rookie contract and see how that plays out. Right? When do we get to that point in the NFL? We've seen that we hit that already for running backs, unless your name is Christian McCaffrey, or in this case, Breece Hall, which I could see him going for years. When do we get to that point?
Are you saying for all positions or wide receivers?
I would say all positions, but right now we're really focusing on the wide receivers.
I don't think ever. We're seeing it happen with the running back position because this has become a pass-heavy league. That's the reason. In my opinion, the wide receiver, people put so much value on the wide receiver market or whatever, not just because they produce and whatever, because it's a big name player that sells ticket prices, they sell jerseys way more than running backs do, etc. There's a more market value to a wide receiver than there is to a running back. And the salary cap is just going to continue to go up and up with how the NFL is making these deals with these streaming platforms and etc. They're just going to continue to make more and more money. NFL is just getting a bigger and bigger spotlight every single year. The cap is just going to go up and up. We've seen a big jump in this past years just to make up for COVID. So we're going to kind of see it steady off just a little bit, but it's still just going to increase. So these teams that are needy for a wide receiver and have not had the ability to draft them, like the Packers have, and other teams have been able to draft good wide receivers and keep the team good without having to pay wide receiver one, they're going to have no other option than going out and paying a Tyreek Hill, paying a Devontae Smith, paying a potential Justin Jefferson, hopefully soon. Teams are going to have to do that because they don't have any other way of getting a wide receiver because they just don't know how to draft well, unfortunately.
Well, that's the point where I'm getting to, Reed, because you made an awesome point there, like with the Green Bay Packers, right? Super young team, all receivers crazy young, and look how much success they had as far as finding talent, right? You're supposed to find at least one great guy out of the 5 receivers that you get, and all 5 of them happen to be great.
Yep.
And now you fight that testament, right? You fight that testament, and you're saying, do I really have to pay wide receivers in order to win the big game? I hate using this as an example because I can't stand the team. But you look at the Kansas City Chiefs. Do I really have to pay a top-notch wide receiver to find great success within the team? In that case, no, you don't. And people will say, you're forgetting about Rashee Rice. I'm not forgetting about Rashee Rice. Look at his contract. It's nothing.
Thug.
He's a thug. He's a thug. And now he's not going to be there. He's not going to be, or at least he shouldn't be, with the Kansas City Chiefs. But really ask yourself, is that really going to make a difference on that offense?
So it's different with the Chiefs because when they have one of the greatest offensive-minded head coaches of all time, they have potentially what's going to be, and he's not yet, he's potentially going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, Patrick Mahomes. You have one of the greatest tight ends of all time, Travis Kelce. There's a lot that goes into that. So it's not just, the Chiefs have done it, now everybody can do it. No, you need to have a lot of other things going for you in order for you to have success without a true wide receiver one or a high caliber wide receiver.
Correct. But going back to what you said, you got to have a great quarterback, which I said you can't do that in that position.
Yes.
You got to have a great head coach, which that's something you don't draft, right? You don't draft head coaches. And you can find great success within these key components. I'm just saying, if you have these key components, you can't have a great wide receiver, put them on a team that doesn't have a great coach or doesn't have that greatest of a quarterback and find success. I mean, look at Devontae Adams with Las Vegas. You don't find that success even though you have Devontae Adams on that team. You build a good foundation, good offensive line, a good quarterback, a good coach that knows what he's doing, not someone like Mayo who's just going to completely destroy that franchise. And you can find great success, and you could go far. You could go really far. Like going back to the Green Bay Packers, look at Jordan Love. I think that's great. Now I'm thinking that the head coach actually knows what he's doing. He's a talented young head coach. You can find great success. You're one game away. Yep. And that's just incredible. It really is. So I'm not saying it's going to happen immediately, but I could definitely start seeing a trend going that way because there's not going to be wide receivers like Mike Evans anymore saying, hey, I'm willing to take a pay cut in order for everyone else to get paid here. Right. And now with these quarterbacks and how they're getting paid, you're not going to see the same team. You're not going to see a Baker Mayfield. Hey, I'm willing to take a team-friendly contract in order for everyone else to get paid so we can have a successful team, a well-rounded team. That's where I'm getting to. When does it come to that point where, like, holy shit, a wide receiver 2, Smith, is getting paid this much money? What I know, Niners are going to come to that point here pretty damn soon because, we just paid Debo. We just paid Nick Bosa. We already paid Kittle. We already paid Fred Warner. We still need to pay Brock Purdy. We're going to get to that point. But where does it really truly break a team where maybe the better alternative is that we stay young? Let's figure out. Let's go steal the guy from Green Bay who's been drafting these players. Let's go steal him.
Oh, whoa.
Right?
Stay away from Goody.
I'm even going to mention Seattle. Seattle draft great players. They do draft good players. It's a hit or miss, but they're one of the better teams that do it. I will happily admit the Niners are not good at drafting players that they need. They're good at drafting mistakes. They're good at drafting mistakes. Damn good at it. But it's just something, a little food for thought there. I mean, I like this. I like this discussion. I feel like we go on and on about it, but maybe we'll bookmark this for another day. So before we close it off, Vince, did you have anything to say regarding this?
Not so much the wide receivers. I think the biggest contract that we'll see for a wide receiver within the next 5 years is going to be somewhere around 45 million per year. I could honestly see it happening with Marvin Harrison Jr. if he is the real deal. Once they come up on his 5th-year option, they usually try to keep the guy locked down, and I think he could be someone potentially to get something of that caliber if Justin Jefferson or someone else who comes out like maybe Antonio St. Brown eclipses him within the next few years. Someone like them could be getting a contract that big. But I think that's the cap that we'll see once the cap space increases. I think the next position to lose a lot of money with these type of cuts that you're talking about, like, let's draft these guys in the draft. I honestly think, and I think you're going to hate it, but I honestly think it's going to be offensive tackles and offensive guards. It's a thing where people draft multiple offensive tackles, offensive guards in the draft. And I think that position is just going to be continuing to be a type of cycle. Yes, once you get a cornerstone guy, you move on to the next position. So let's say you have cornerstone left tackle, start moving to the right tackle. You give the left tackle a big contract, and everybody else on the line has small contracts.
Yeah.
Because, of course, you want to protect the blind side. But once teams find that one guy, they keep him forever. Just like the 49ers, just like the Packers. Sometimes I'll even say just like the Kansas City Chiefs, but they just have guys on rotation now because they've let go a lot of those big names to other teams who don't have chances of winning Super Bowls, but that want to. So I think the smartest thing here to do is you pay the guys who are the big names, and then a lot of these other guys are going to be getting forgotten for a little bit. I don't think it's going to happen this year or next year for linemen, but I do think that's going to be the next area where people are getting pushed away, like we see the Kansas City Chiefs doing to a lot of their star linemen, like we see a lot of the Cowboys teams doing to their offensive linemen. And they're going to go in the draft and try to get some guys there who are younger, stronger, and a lot faster now in these drafts. So
I think that's a great point. Yeah, no, for real. I don't mean to linger on this conversation as well, but kind of like what Kansas City did, right? You mentioned Kansas City. Before we get to that, little Peach Cowboys, go Cowboys, right? And then this is also a good point where Gabriel has where Brady had money outside of the NFL, right? Not every player has that option, but he chose the right choice because players don't really have to do that, even though they're getting paid elsewhere for commercial stuff like that, especially in their hometowns, because all these players are getting paid. But look at the Kansas City Chiefs, right? The first contract they gave Patrick Mahomes was a 10-year contract. That's smart. Hey, let's give this guy, at the time, everyone's like, these guys are idiots, What are they doing? They're paying this guy. They had one good season, a 10-year contract. Now they're committed. Look at them now. Patrick Mahomes has a very friendly contract. Very, very friendly contract. That's smart. What if we start seeing that trend, right? No more 3-4 year contracts, no more 5-year. Let's amp it up to 6 to 8 years, right? And then you have that whole contract loopholes where at the end you could part ways. You could part ways with no discipline.
Yeah. I was about to say that's probably one of the smartest things that I've heard today on the football aspect is doing long contracts like that with the void years where you can kick a guy loose and once he's done, he's done.
He's out.
I think that's what's going to happen with the running back position. Honestly, it's going to be these rookie deals like they've kind of forced down every player's throat. You're a rookie, you got to wait 4 years until you get a contract. Prove yourself in 4 years, and you'll get a big boy contract.
Don't get hurt in 4 years either.
Don't get hurt. Yeah. So I think that was the first loophole that the NFL did. And now it's going to be these long contracts where it's like you get the bulk of the money when we know you're going to be good. And then once you get to the tail end of it, once you're out, you're out. So
exactly,
it's sad, but it's business.
It is. It's a business, and that's okay. That's why stuff like this happens to your team, which is happening to my team with Brandon Ayuk. Don't be mad at Brandon Ayuk. Don't be mad at the San Francisco 49ers. It's all a business, and you're trying to keep a winning organization all together is not an easy task, because if it was, then all of us would be multimillionaires. But that's really all I got for today. Hopefully you guys had fun with our little game that we played earlier. I know I did just watching y'all, but thank y'all so much. And as always, until next time, keep on grinding.